Time for the final rounds here at Virginia Motorsports Park. This is Pro Stock Motorcycle with Matt Smith and Steve Johnson. Both on Suzuki motorcycles. Johnson, the Denso Spark Plug sponsored machine. The Tull Plumbing sponsorship for Steve Johnson. It has been a war of words between these two drivers. It is not a friendly rivalry to this point, and this is what Matt Smith had to say to me this week on the NHRA Insider Podcast.
Let me put it this way: when you start calling people names, on the internet and stuff like that, I think you're pushing it. Because before long he keeps on doing it. I'm gonna meet him at the Golden Corral one night, and we're gonna solve this thing.
We got to go to the Golden Corral, Brian. I'm getting kind of hungry. How about you?
I think they got one of those chocolate fountains there, but that's beside the point. This, for Steve Johnson, will be a seminal moment. He is currently 1-4 in final rounds against Matt Smith. The 21 wins overall. Head-to-head for Smith, 14 for Johnson. Johnson got one on him in Houston. Oh, Matt dove in there, double-balled, and put Steve Johnson to bed. But is it enough? At the final rounds, it is. 684 beats a 678. That is brutality.
Well, that absolutely is, and that's how you do it. When you have a performance disadvantage, there's only so much you can do. Matt Smith tunes his own bike. I don't know if he could have tuned his bike up to compete with Steve Johnson. When you look at Steve's reaction times, first, second round, semifinals, he's been pretty good, but the way he played it, and this is one of the tricks that he has learned from his dad, the way he staged, it put Steve Johnson to sleep. It did enough that it was going to be hard for Steve to catch up, and he was never able to.
That is a chip off the old block, and his old man, who is in the Pro Mod final this weekend, was undoubtedly watching that moment. I know that guy's happy.
Well, and you can see his wife, you can see Angie right behind him. They knew he had pulled it off. It was just a matter of, did Steve have enough power? Made the quickest run of the day, but not enough.
If that drag strip was 6 feet longer, Steve Johnson would be holding a Wally, but it isn't. Unbelievable. 66 ten-thousandths of a second, the margin of victory for Matt Smith, and the man will most likely be satisfied. He is with Amanda Busick right now.
That was the goal. That was the goal right there this year.
Well, Matt, we heard prior to this run some of the back and forth about you and Steve Johnson, and when you look at the rivalry that is on track and off track for you two, how much sweeter is that victory?
It's awesome. I mean, he's got a fast hot rod this year, and he's going to be tough to beat all year long. But this Denso, Lucas Oil, Mark Stockseth, Greg Butcher Trucking, Suzuki Extended Protection, man, I can't say enough. My crew, Angie, Tommy McDonald, Nate, can't say enough. Scrappers Racing, thank you for letting me do this, the research and development on the Suzuki program, because we are going to be bad at the end of the year. I can promise you that. And we got our first win on the Suzuki. Woo!
Matt Smith has added another brand to his winning ways.
Well, you look at his reaction time, it was good. It wasn't great, but a 110 reaction time for Steve Johnson is not going to get you a lot of wins.
The Denso onboard camera. He's in a perfect tuck. When does Matt realize he won? Right about now.
He knows it. He just can't celebrate just yet.
And he does. The fist pump. You could hear him screaming through the helmet at the top end of the racetrack. The fist pump of victory for Matt Smith. This is the NHRA. It goes far beyond.